Hey, what's going on? It's your boy back at you with another video. And if you're a Warriors fan, you're a Steph Curry fan, please cut this shit off, man. Because you know what, man? I am sick and tired of Stephen Curry getting all these passes, bro. I am fucking sick and tired of hearing the bullshit, man. And what really pisses me off is that these pussy ass Warrior fans just don't want to be real with themselves. And to be quite frank, I'm sick of hearing NBC Sports Bay Area, which I rock with, Vontae Hill, Fezzi, Nelly, Coach Melly, my bad, Chris Mullin, Melly, Big Z, Kenna Burke, that's my girl. Z, all the crew at NBC Sports Bay Area, I got nothing but love for you. But I'm sick and tired of hearing them saying that Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry is like the saviors of the Warriors. Like, stop it. Even with Jimmy Butler, the Warriors, and a healthy Stephen Curry, they were still getting their asses kicked. So let's just be for real. Let's be for real. But nobody's gonna call Steph Curry out on his bullshit. Cause everybody out in the Bay kisses his ass. I see the shit. That what has Stephen Curry done since KD left outside of 1 year? He ain't done shit. The 2022 championship. I'm so sick and tired of these Warrior fans riding that 2022 championship. Okay, he won. Okay, big deal. What has the Warriors done since then? Outside of 2022, what have they done? 2020, no playoffs. 2021, no playoffs. Ed Curry was healthy. So he don't get no smoke. 2023, an ass kicking by the Warriors. 2020, ass kicking by the Lakers. 2024, healthy, no playoffs. And ass kicked by Minnesota last year. But Steph Curry don't get no smoke for this. I mean, let's be for real. What has he really done without Kevin Durant? And to be honest with you, let's just be for real. They ride that 2015 thing, right? But if you really look at it, if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love don't get hurt, Cavalier's probably three-peat. So, I mean, come on, man. What has Curry really done his whole career outside of 1 year? Because he know deep down his soul. That's why he cried in Boston. Because he knew deep down his career, he ain't really done shit. Outside of Boston, he ain't done shit. It just show you what kind of leader Steph Curry is. That game with all the marbles, and he gagged in Game 7. He could never live that shit down, man. Warriors could never live that shit down. And for them to go get Kevin Durant, I thought that was the weakest shit in the world. That was weak too. Both parties, Kevin Durant and the Warriors, was weak. Because it threw the balance off of the NBA. And it just really proved that Stephen Curry didn't want to compete. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just tired of everybody kissing his ass when he's underachieved. And they paid this man $60 million. For what? So he get hurt again? So then you can lose again, but he don't get no blame for this. I mean, you just what kind of leader is Stephen Curry is? That this is his team, and he lets Draymond Green walk the fuck all over him. Hell, he's not even the leader in his own house. Ayesha Curry clearly said on this podcast that she didn't want to be married, she didn't want kids, and you defending that shit. Once I heard a woman say that shit, I'm filing for divorce. Like, come on, man, let's just be for real, man. Is he a real leader, man? Every year he gets hurt. The last 2 seasons, he been getting hurt. He stay hurt all the time. I just feel like at the end of the day, if Stephen Curry can't stay healthy, it's time to let it go. You had a great career. You won 4 chips. I ain't gonna take that from the man. I just don't respect the ones he won with KD. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talks about LeBron teaming up. Curry did the same shit. You teamed up with the second best player in the NBA, but he don't get no smoke for that shit. It was a total disadvantage. Who was beating Steph, Clay, and KD in their prime? Nobody. In a prime Draymond Green, who was gonna beat that team? Nobody. Nobody was beating them, and they knew it. I'm tired of hearing the excuses. Tired of the excuses that people make for Curry. And I like Curry. Y'all know I like Curry. That's my boy. But at some point, man, he got to be held accountable. He has to be held accountable for this bullshit, man. Then Jimmy Butler get hurt, which, I wish bad luck on Jimmy, but even with Jimmy Butler, this team was going nowhere. And I just think that it's bullshit that nobody gives Stephen Curry any type of criticism. This shit fly right under the radar. Like, okay, 1 year. Okay, he won a chip. Okay. Hallelujah. What has he done? What has he done outside of that? We look at his career, like, what has he really done? But what, be a sidekick? Hell, he didn't even win the NBA Finals MVP. Iggy won that, not him. So, he's basically been a sidekick his whole career. Sidekick, Robin energy, right? I'm tired of hearing the excuses. I'm so sick of hearing them. Yeah. Without Steph, with Steph or without Steph, the Warriors gonna get their ass kicked. Because they're too small, they're too old, and they're not very athletic. And then they traded Jonathan Kuminga. He's doing great in Atlanta. That just shows you that Steve Kerr can't coach. That basically, he took over a championship roster in 2015. That team was already loaded. Steve Kerr didn't have to do much. All he did was tweak a few things, and they won a championship, right? And I'm not taking that away from him, but if you really look at it, the Cavaliers was at a disadvantage. Because they didn't have two of their best players. They didn't have Kyrie Irving. They didn't have Kyrie Irving. They didn't have Kevin Love. But the next season, when they had Kevin Love and when they had Kyrie Irving, they kicked their ass. They came back from a 3-1 deficit and won an NBA championship, right? So he could never live that shit down. And I think it was just why this dude don't get no smoke? Why Stephen Curry don't get no smoke for choking, for falling short? That he's been falling short a lot in his career. Don't let them championships fool you. Without Kevin Durant, they don't go back to back. They probably lose 2 NBA finals. So, let's just keep it real. So why is Stephen Curry not getting no smoke, man? When the Warriors have sucked since he left. Outside of one miracle season, and Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. didn't play in that series, and Ja Morant got hurt. Well, for that, the Warriors could have lost. And can you imagine if he don't have that 2022 championship? The conversation would be totally different, wouldn't it? I like Curry, but there's an old saying, right? A living dog is better than a dead lion. That's great. That Steph Curry is great. I'm not going to take it away from the man, but what good is he if he's going to stay hurt all the time? What good is having Stephen Curry? You can't play every game anymore. Same with Jimmy. Same with Draymond. They can't play back-to-backs because they're in their late 30s. What good are they, man? Why not trade Curry to somewhere and trade Draymond, somehow get Jimmy off the books, and rebuild, and get young, and lose a few years? But a lot of people in the Bay, and a lot of these fake-ass Warrior fans, they don't want to lose, because half of these Warrior fans was never fans from the beginning. They were just bandwagon off the Warriors' success. Let's just keep that shit real. Let's just be real. No, ain't nobody gonna tell the truth. Nobody's telling the truth. He don't get no smoke. Curry don't get no smoke for this shit. He gotta get some smoke for this. That what has he been? He's the leader. He's the leader. How are you a leader? You a leader, but you kiss Kevin Durant's ass to come play with you. You Jimmy Butler. He's such a leader. Why you need Jimmy Butler? Why couldn't win with two-way wigs? Why couldn't win with them? Wiggs helped you win a championship, and you trade him. For all bark and no bite, Jimmy Butler, they ain't done nothing. He's done nothing. He's playoff Jimmy. Where was playoff Jimmy against Minnesota? Where was he? He was nowhere to be found. He disappeared. He's all bark and no bite. Warriors got their ass kicked last in the playoffs, didn't they? A lot of this shit has to be on Steph. I'm tired of the ass kissing. I like Steph. But Steph got to be on the court. If you can't play every game, you can't play back. It's going to be the same bullshit next year. If Jimmy Butler come back, can't play back-to-backs. You got 3 players that can't play. So that means you're going to be losing. So that means next thing you know, you're going to fall right back into that play-in bullshit. But you can just trade all of them and move on. And let this shit go. They don't want to let go Draymond. They don't want to let go. It's over, man. OVER. And once the Warriors realize this, that's when they'll start to get far. But the Warriors are never going to get far bullshitting themselves. That it's over. You had a great ride. You won 4 titles. Okay. I can't take. I think it's suspect to me. That what would they have done without KD? But they talk shit about Kevin Durant. Bob Myers at the parade was talking shit about Kevin Durant. How the fuck can you talk shit about Kevin Durant when this dude helped you win 2 championships? Draymond was talking shit. But what has Draymond done his whole career but kiss Steph Curry's ass and ride coattails? That's all he ever does. And kiss LeBron's ass, right? He kisses everybody's ass. He's an ass kisser. This dude can barely score 10 points a game. But they around him calling him the fucking glue guy. This dude is a fucking bum. He's a glorified role player. But nobody wants to tell the truth about this shit. You trade away Kuminga for what? For what? For Porzingis, a guy who can barely stay healthy. You trade Jordan Poole away. Why the fuck would you trade him away when he helped you win a damn championship? When Klay Thompson was out half of the season, Jordan Poole was averaging like 27 a night. Like, come on, man. The fuck are they doing? Trade away all your young assets because Steve Kerr can't coach. He always had stacked teams. It's easy to coach when you got Steph, Klay, and a prime Kevin Durant all in their prime. Come on, man. I've seen it. They can take over games. And it was nothing you could do. Nothing. So, I mean, come on, man. I just don't understand why Steph don't get no smoke. Steph don't get no smoke at all. Outside of 1 year. This man basically done nothing in his career. If we really look at it. What has he really done his whole career? But been a Robin. All he can do is shoot. He don't play defense. What has he really done? I mean, we gotta call a spade a spade. Steph Curry is a great player. But let's just be real. Like, come on, man. Like, we got to be honest, man. That Steph Curry has been getting a lot of passes. And I'm tired of hearing excuses. I'm tired of hearing it. Every year he stay hurt. And I just think that, hey, the Warriors, they got what the fuck they deserved. That they treated Jonathan Kuminga like shit. That young man didn't deserve that, man. That young man didn't deserve to be benched like that. And Jimmy Butler got hurt. I'm sorry he got hurt. I wish him a full recovery. But when you mistreat people, bad luck happens to you. And this season has been nothing, because I've watched every Warrior game. So this season has been nothing but a disaster. I try to, online, I try to be nice, but it's time to stop being nice. And it's time to start looking at shit and calling shit for what it is. That Stephen Curry need to be blamed for this shit. That outside of 2022, since KD left, the Warriors have been getting their ass kicked. They've been getting their asses handed to them. Even with Curry and Butler, they were still getting their asses handed to them. Because I remember that game, who they were playing? They were playing the Atlanta Hawks one night. And they were getting their asses kicked. They had them down by 30 points. With Steph Clay, with Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond. So don't give me the bullshit, man. I'm just tired of hearing the excuses. That I'm tired of this Warrior team hanging on to these old guys. Because you're not going to win with a bunch of 30-year-olds that's past their prime. And I just think that Steph Curry gets a lot of passes. And I'm just tired of hearing the bullshit. I'm out.